This is Michael Kennedy. Last tweet of the day. Who are we and where are we going? Who are we and where are we going? Who are we and where are we going? Who am I to you? Who am I to you? Am I a nation? Am I a leader? Am I a follower? Am I an empowerment to your nation, allies, and foreign allegiances? Think about what Florida is. Think about what the South is abiding by. Rashida Tlaib first mentioned 2010 foreign ambassador to the United Nations Human Affairs. Think about where the Democratic congressional dissent was first abided by. Are we seriously going to shout out that this is a new Congress and there are 4 congressional terms and leadership, knowing that populism is weighing down something called manipulative thought rhetoric and cycles of delusion? The clock is ticking. It's time to avert that there's engineering going on the Cuban Peninsula. Floridian Peninsula knows it's aware of, and at the same time, social justice leaders are advocating for basic human rights to freedom of speech, movement, and freedom to abide by foreign integrity, freedom of association and values, freedom of religion, freedom of deployment, freedom of equality, freedom of income and assurance, which is guaranteed in the North. Why is Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, not an excuse for those populist viewers who are going to be billing up my YouTube video, not wanting to see enlightening congressional leaders of diversity is not an excuse to vote them off of your television screens. Why is the Floridian Peninsula still shouting out in civil sectors that communism is an evil asset? Communism is a world asset. Communism is world abiding and world democracy at your doorstep. Communism is socialist values. Communism is assets flow through constituents and equality. Communism is renewable resources gain interest. Communism is not the fact that we as a nation abide by white supremacists or domestic or foreign nationalists, but we abide by nations abiding to the united allegiance of world power and social structure. Why would the Floridian Peninsula be tallying votes for Ron DeSantis when it's really Andrew Gillum's campaign against El Nunez? Who is El Nunez? Is that the covert Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez? Knowing that those votes were a fraud, a woman could step up and feminism and stand proud and tall in leadership to the peninsula. What are women assets and scientific biogenetic engineering on the peninsula? Are you alone in the South? Lobbyists, weapons sales and ammunition campaigns, stock bond attorneys, program assets lawyers will take over your daily resonatings as covert daily officers in something called Shaitan and Dossier. Shaitan and Dossier is an underground picketing movement coverting Islamic values and standing on Christendom, which is no longer an asset. Did you know that Christianity is no longer an asset, and there is a rise in Islam, which is a nation of love, integrity, and diversity, a rise in Eastern philosophy, a rise in Buddhism, Sanskrit, Confucius values in the new era in the North? Think about how many Democratic leaders, Alexandra Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, AOC, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, and Kamala Harris were representing our nation, which was the United Nations Democratic Coalition States, co-allegiance, back in 2010, mandate, which the Floridian Peninsula, and the entire Bible Belt manipulative populism, conversion, coal and oil, and hydrogen engineering were